Good evening, and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the talk show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the indigenous one. I think that we have to start really looking at some realities. At least teach the kids some things so they'll have something, to look at or something they can build upon, because that's our jobs at this point. You can't be tricking the children. You can't be telling them no lies because it sends them down the wrong path and they waste their life on that stuff and nothing becomes of it. And if they just be themselves, that's all you need. Everybody in the world understands this about you, but the African American doesn't, see that. Which is why they're always a pawn. They're always, in somebody else's thing, making it stronger. So if you ever see advertisements about whatever dumb shit that's going on, they always get black faces to sprinkle in because it makes it seem like, yeah. If you ask these sisters what they doing, they don't even know. They just getting the fact they just crisis acting. And the information, the media, all forms of media. We've been seeing it with music for a long time. But everything, what they see on TV, whatever, is garbage. What is that going to do, or how is that going to strengthen the masses? So, basically we're just pawns. And this is the, for the people who are in that game, whatever that, where all the resources in the world is enough for all the people in the world. But you have some motherfuckers just want to steal everything. Who needs billions of dollars? What? The ground is contaminated. You're that fucked up where you can't, and I know you can't, and these are the demons we follow. So if that's what it's gonna be, go ahead and be that. Because remember, you reap what you sow. So I want to share these things with you to show how our energy is used in this whole game. And it's like we're just giving it away. And brothers will understand that. Brothers, how when you open a door for a lady, anybody, when you open a door for somebody, that's the equivalent of what we're doing. With everybody that's coming over here, that's what we do, don't we? So I just want to go through some of the 9 areas of human activity. You guys remember, you guys know Neely Fuller. If you know Neely Fuller, he's one of the great minds that we have. Brother's been around for a long time. Get him. Go check him out. Listen to his stuff. Just use logic. Logic. If you're walking down the street, one side of the street is flat, the other side of the street is hilly. Logic, to conserve energy, you're going to walk down the straight street. Logic, simple shit, stuff that makes sense. He really riffs on that logic. So you should check him out. If he's excellent for kids. At least 4 and up. So cool brother to listen to. But he came up, with these categories, 9 areas of people activity. And many of you guys, if you don't know Frances Cress Wilson, they were kind of, Ashford and Simpson, I don't know, Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway, that vibe. You know, they were cool. They vibe like that. This brother came up with 9 areas of people activity, and his homegirl, Frances Cress Welsing, came up with the 10th, health. Damn right. She is always a woman that adds something, really that we need, our health. Are we taking care of our health? Are we eating this 3D printed shit? Huh? Because we like to eat. We like how many of these restaurants? I mean, I don't care what the name of it is. Red Lobster. All these. How much do you think we made them rich? Think about it. I'm talking about everywhere you go. Because we don't prepare the meals for ourselves. We let other people do it. How is our health going to be top notch? So I'm going to go through these 10 areas. And please, I'm going to put the chat, so if you want to come on and, for riff on some of this stuff, you're very welcome. Please make your comments brief, and please don't say nothing stupid. So the 9 areas of human activities are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war. Those are the 9, and health is the 10th one. So this is what I want to do. I mean, I want to look at it with logic. Just common sense logic. You had that brother or sister, you just do stuff for each other. It don't matter. It's just like riding a bicycle. You up, she down, he up, down. They just work together. And that's why it's important to work with the family, because these people. You've been knowing them. You were from some of the first people they knew, and they know you too. Get with those people. You got a lot in common that a lot of us are missing out on because we're not connected to the land that brought us forth. We're really not into it. We want to be with all the life and all the jobs instead of building up what was left for you to build. How do you not build on your land? And that's everybody. Every spot on this planet everybody thinks is next to heaven. Why everybody think your home is like that, but you? Because, like I say, we open the door and let everybody in, and we're going to talk about how we're going to stop that. Okay, so the first one is economics. Let me go ahead and put the chat. If somebody want to come on and riff with me, put the chat in. There we go. Okay, so I just put the chat. Well, press it and come on in. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about economics. So let's do it like this. Let's make it simple. Just simple. So like, what's a simple thing that you do every day? Let's say go pee. Simple. Let's make it simpler than that. So everything we come up with, it's just going to be, damn, you just do it. It's nothing. Things seem to be hard because we're not using all of our fingers. We're not using all of our hands. We're not using all of our people. Can you imagine what you can do with the people you know in your family? If we organize it right, but the education that they received, the training that a lot of people received, because remember, Negroes integrated into something that they weren't in control of. They just wanted to be part of it. And it's what they wanted to be part of is not good for the masses of people. Ain't nobody supposed to be homeless. What? Jails everywhere. What? And we say nothing about it. I mean, what kind of asshole are you? This government is garbage. Yet you vote for it, nigga? You vote for it? You haven't erected your government? Lord knows you need one. The wastefulness of this government, you say nothing, you just go along with it. Economics. So we're not going to go back far in history because I don't want to lose a lot of people, because you go back, you got to start laws change, lands change. It's all kind of changes going on. So I'm going to try to stay, like in the last 60, 75 years or so. So that's like, when your mother or your grandmother was here, you could ask them what I'm talking about and they'll tell you, because they come from different times and different places than what's going on right now. So economics, when you listen to Lisa Cypress, this is from the Acamax. When you listen to her, what the people were doing, what they were doing, things that we're still doing now. They're the progenitors of all of this. They were why other people, they're just trying to imitate what they do, but they can't do it because they're not those people. They're not you. Simple logic. They're not you. We call ourselves black and all kind of dumb shit. And just like open the door and let anybody take the economics away. And and we really have to stop saying they coming in. You support them. Shut up. That's what the African American, full stop. Starting with African American, this is what they're trained to do. They're not people connected to the land. They don't know. They don't touch the land. They don't go and listen to it. I mean, damn, where they great grandmamas from? Where they great grandmamas buried? Should they rather go to Vegas? Right or wrong? And see, we like to play around. Okay. I know you hear them calling your name. So economics. How have the so-called African American and black colored people gave their economics away? Remember, Acamac godmama say at the turn of the century, you had over 1,000 farms and 200 hospitals. How'd that get broken up? And if we would have stuck with that, how would our whole health situation be? How is that possible? 200 hospitals. Could you imagine the innovation in medicine if those 2,000 hospitals were to become 1,500, 2,000? But we broke all that away. We didn't want that. We wanted to go help somebody else build his up. Amen? Ain't that what happened? So all of that stuff that we had built up, we didn't want to do that no more. And all the people, the people's in their 90s and 80s, talk to them. They'll tell you. We gave up our economics so we can go help somebody else build theirs. Now, most people will say that it's not what they did because it's embarrassing. They did that. Go build his up. I'll give you some fiat and steal your land. You would cry if I told you some of the stories of how they swindled Negroes out of their land. And I mean, it was some 3-card Molly shit. Some banana in the tailpipe shit. And Negroes fall for it. All the time. Just because a white person come offer them the money. Right? Gave our economics away when we gave away the soil. So you remember, you come off the land. You had to work the land. That's why you're on the money. That's why you're on the money. So I ask everybody, why would somebody put slaves on the money? And they get that DN look on their face. Mm-hmm. Why is still so many farmers? That's you on the money. Don't even know it. Don't even know it. You're the money. You're what everybody wants. Brothers will tell you other women want to have his baby. Just come over all day, yeah. They're a celebrity. They're a celebrity if they have one of your children. You know that? Many women clamor. Don't matter. Own it. And will do things that you would never think of doing. That's how valuable you are. But you think you something else. You want to wear a different outfit. Yeah, you know how the Negro does it. So economics. We gave our economics away. And then go make sure everybody else is paid. And do it with an attitude. That's what we think about economics. Like I said, brother opening the door for somebody, the same how we do it. We don't do it with, our hand and arm and pulling the door open. It's done through the mind. And I hope you guys get that. It's done with the mind on the economics to make sure that everybody's pockets is stuffed but your own. That's menticide. So I would simply suggest what the logical thing to do on the planet now. Go back to your ancestral homeland. Serious. Check them out. I mean, because you can do some cold stuff on the land, but you have to know it's yours. So economics, you got all kind of things that can be done, and it grows better with you doing it. Why? Because you're connected to the soil. Uh-uh. I'm an Arab. I'm a Muslim. You always notice the Negro always want to be something else. And when you bring out the country that they try to bring this from, and those people are pieces of shit, you have nothing to say. You won't even be yourself. You would teach your kids to be something else. Education, for real. Everything they say, we do. Not everybody. The majority of people, when he pops his finger like a pimp, the Negro comes to attention. No matter how dumb it is, and we do it, and wondering why we're in the position we're in now. We'll get into that, the education and what we're taught about things that don't make no goddamn sense, and we just do it anyway. That shit's dumb. It's no logic. So if you talk to the brothers on the street, a lot of them are fucked up because they go into this military industrial complex. And when you in there, they, to show that you're a part, whatever them Roman words, semper fi, and blah, 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 whatever spell is being cast on you, you really have to deal with that when you're really not from that. That's not you, dude. You're not supposed, and see, like I say, this is logic. This is logic. You don't go in anybody's home because we're always taught this. You go in there because you're in their home. It's gracious thing. You don't go over there and be hostile to those people because somebody told you to do it, and you couldn't even figure it out for yourself. And we stand up and clap for that shit. What you think you got coming, cuz? What you think you got coming? So now you back at home after beating up on those people, and now those people are running all the smoke shops in your hood. They're running a few other businesses too, because if you look at Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Israel, Russia, they're a trading block. And you might want to get into that. I forget the name of it. But all of them are trading block. BRICS. It's just a group of countries got together and made a trading block or whatever. Check it out. Education. What are we taught about? I mean, like today was some embarrassing shit. That Juneteenth stuff, really, dude. You don't even have a calendar set up for yourselves. How are you? What do you look like coming up with holidays in another man's calendar? That's some whole shit, cuz. I mean, you really got to think about that. You don't even, you, because you are a clone of someone else. You ever notice all the stupid shit Negro be thinking, the black man, the first man on the planet? And why? Huh? But where's your calendar that says that? You never know. This is how we're educated. This is what all these cats going around the community, going down around the community, educating your kids. I know because I went through. I was one of those kids. I mean, we all were. These niggas don't make no sense. They do stupid stuff, and the people just go along with it. You go along with it. If you look at what's going on out west, now this is logic. This is logic. It's the lakes out there are drying up. Check out the Lake Mead in Las Vegas. Just check it out. You can pull it up. You can look it up online or whatever. There's major changes happening, and you got to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to see it before it's too late. And a lot of people, just can't adapt. They'd rather go down with the ship. They're not looking at the foods that are coming over, what's being shipped in their stores. Because China is feeding the United States. You don't know what's coming because you got away from the land. You don't do that no more. You won't even go to the farmers who are doing it, get tips from them on how to do it more efficient. Because go talk to the people who know. Because the food in the cities, what you say? 50% of it, 75% of it ain't food. All these ingredients and nobody say nothing. So when you're full of all that stuff, you ain't gonna learn nothing because you're not having any vitamins and minerals for the brain. You have sugar and whatever else they put in there. Entertainment. Check out the word entertainment. Just break it down. You get a chance. You'll see what it means. Entertainment. What they have going for entertainment, I say 40 years. It's been garbage. And I know people who are into that big time. So you have an imagination. You have thoughts. You have ideas. And you're on your own land. You can communicate with other people that are close to you. You do it anyway. I know a lot of you do it. You're just energy. You have pictures going across your mind all the time. Doesn't have anything to do with what's going on right in front of you. You have pictures, ideas. Come, you're not hooking up with people in your family to get those ideas out because they're gonna correlate with all the people around you, people you know. Every part of America isn't the same. You got some places that are higher up, 1,000 feet on a mountain, in a valley. What can you do with that? What can that piece of land or that area produce? So what you get is entertainment is to just keep you confused, keep you giggling, tee-heeing, yeah, the boss, and just slapping you on the whatever. The whole thing, the whole entertainment thing. Remember, when you get into the arts, check out their arts. So you want to go to where these things started. This entertainment, this acting, all of this singing. Check out the history of that stuff so you can see what it is. And once you see what it is, you're gonna be like, damn. Their art, they used to didn't let their women act. Right? This is not something I'm saying. I'm mad. They used to let their women act. There were no white girls actresses. The men would dress up as women. Probably still do it. We support it, don't we? Don't we? Entertainment. All the entertainment is gay. So that whole thing is just to cut down on the population. Because, children have to come. That's what I'm saying. You have nothing to do with that. You have to go out of your way to make sure life doesn't pass through you. This is what we doing. We stopping it. We making sure life don't pass through us and think we doing something. And then got the nerve to be upset when somebody says something about it. Sit your ass down. Life. You're living it. You can do whatever you want to do before you get out of here to do something else. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever. And we just shut our minds down because we into that entertainment and it's dumb. I mean, really? I mean, look at the older actors and actresses and just look at them. You will see it on them. All they did was put out bullshit. There's a comedian named Richard Pryor, and he was like, who would you say, for people who knew who Richard Pryor was, who would you say is the Richard Pryor of today? For those of you who don't know about Richard Pryor, you probably seen him, but the stuff that he was doing while he was out was some cool shit. And this cat was trying to open up one of the football players, Jim Brown. They were trying to open up a movie company or something. I don't know. They had one, United Artists, because I guess, I don't know the story behind it, but I assume it was to be because Negroes was just tired of those movies that they were being put in, the roles they were given back then. And, they made some pretty decent movies, a couple, not much. So Richard Pryor was the big dude back then. And so he was supposed to come up with a movie company, and it never works. It never works because you just getting into somebody's coattail. They're funding you the money for it, and it's like that. We don't have a way, or we don't use it, dude. I really think it's just the energy that the Negro gives everybody. I mean, overabundance. Won't give a sliver to yourself. So the entertainment keeps the mind like constantly giggling and laughing and not being serious. Just laughing and tee-hee, that type shit. So entertainment, comparing with the other world, you have the European, you have the Asian, you have the African, and you have the Americas. How do brothers in this area of the world compare with those other places? And it's something we're going to have to think about and be serious. And we don't never want to talk about it. Our ideas can't flourish like that. We don't even, you have brilliant people out there and they're shut down so this bullshit can keep going on. Entertainment, you don't need it. Your mind can come up with it. Seriously. If you think about the things you thought about already, labor. What's the labor situation amongst the cells? Like labor would be many of the places where the Negroes lives are by waterways and stuff. Labor, how do we grow the cotton, process the cotton, get it to where it needs to go to? How come our industries, now these are industries that are yours. The tobacco industry is your industry. But you wanted to be with somebody else. You want to integrate with somebody else. Why do you think they called you Blackfoot? Oh, you didn't know? Walking on the tobacco, the juice on the tobacco gets thrown on your foot. Tar Heel. That's you. That's you. You got coal. You have all kind of minerals up under your feet. So that's what you do. You take a DNA test with the land you come from. And that's what I'm saying. Logic. Imagine how much these DNA companies making off these Negroes. I mean, and you've seen people have done it with fruit, they pets, and they still come back with stuff. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. No logic into what they're doing. If you got your mother's blood in you, wouldn't it just make sense to go to where your mother's from or your grandmother's from? What's the mineral content? What's the food that was coming out of the ground there because they were growing local? Why? Because they were farmers. How come we don't talk about that? How come we don't talk about that? Why isn't that important? Labor. How is our labor? If you ever been to Tuskegee, one of the things that's why Tuskegee is impressive to me, these cats made their own bricks. They built their own school. Native Americans don't do that. So you got to get out of calling yourself something that you're not, because that just pushes you back. You're not allowed to flourish. It's just like putting some bars right in front of you and stopping you. You calling yourself something that you're not. Who are your people? They ain't hard to find. Labor. We building houses, building different ways to live, getting the electricity out of the air. That type of technology is there. Water, some of these springs that on some of your land, water, instead of drinking it out of what you're getting it out of, don't know what you're getting. That's the cold part about it. You don't know what you're getting. And having the confidence to do it. That's basically where we're at. Labor. You're not rebuilding your towns. You're not building on the land, pristine land. They can't touch it because you paying them taxes on them. Why isn't it being built on? Why isn't it coming up with little cities that are cool that certain people will come to? All the cooks will go to a certain town. All the architects go to a certain town. Build it up. We act like that can't be done and watch every day as immigrants come over, use you like a pawn, make that money, take it back home and build their empires over there. And you won't lift a finger to build yours? Labor. Listen, it's not a lot of work when everybody's doing it. That's the cool part about it. Especially people you can work with. And that's why your family is important, because you work with them. You've done something with them before, whatever it was. Played sports with them, went on camping trips, whatever. Your cousins and stuff. You know each other's kind of ins and outs. Those are a lot of people. It'd be a shame if they're not utilized. Your network. Everybody's a network. Labor. Start just whatever you come up with. If it's a book, if it's building a house out of popsicle sticks, whatever, get those, work it, whatever it is. If it's to take a razor blade, straight down, do it. Practice it. All you gotta do is do it. Do it 10, 20, 30 times, you will have it. That Nike just do it. That's the million seller. Just do it. Don't think about it. Don't let your thoughts, which you get from somebody else, hold you back. Do it. Do you know what kind of genius you come from? Do you know what kind of genius you come from? Don't let that go by the wayside. Law. Come on, y'all. Seriously? We don't have our own courts yet? Seriously? You in full right to do it. This laws, come on. How do we subject ourselves to this? Seriously, how do we subject to ourselves to this? This is really? We don't have our own courts. We don't have our own assemblies. We don't have where we make grievances and make things happen, because whatever the African American does, he doesn't get no say so into nothing. He does what everybody else tells him to do, right or wrong. Right or wrong. So these are questions you kind of have to answer. You can't hand these off to the kids without talking to them about it, because they're going to have the same problems that you have. I talk about it, and they can figure it out with your help. You mean all the sisters for real can't get together and do something? All the brothers for real can't agree on one thing and make that happen? We can't do that. We always defer to somebody else. That's how you're a pawn, somebody else's pawn. Just look around you. Look at the new stores that are popping up. I know a lot of people try to pretend like they don't see it. You see it. there's a flood of immigrants. I mean, they've been coming for a long time, but it's really filling up. They're here to replace you. Politics. I mean, I think if we pulled all of our energy out of that, it would fall. I mean, because it's utter bullshit. I mean, it's a clown show. And us playing in it makes it worse. I mean, really? I mean, seriously. See, and I know a lot of Negroes, they kind of quiet because, see, they voted for this Biden, Kamala Harris. And that shit turned out to be a disaster. Always somebody else's stuff. Always caking for somebody else. Don't turn that over to the kids. Religion. We ain't even got to talk about that. You know? The resources wasted in that blows my mind. The resources wasted. I'm talking about wasted. Just money set on fire, gone away. How much you think it is? Ooh. Somebody else's religion. Somebody else's spiritual practice. Because the African American doesn't know. He don't have one. He don't have one. See, you laugh, you funny, but do you know how far the African American is away? I mean, ran away. You know, they always tell you the story of Emmett Till. And this is one of those heartstring stories. But I know what TV is and history is, to make the person who's sitting listening to it dumb. Mississippi's a beautiful place. But they always bring up that Emmett Till to scare you out of it. Which I say is bullshit, because you got to remember, and this is what I say, you got to use logic. Why would they run you out of town if you were fighting in wars? Why are you going to fight for them if they were treating your people bad? See, that's not logical. That's not logical. See, so you can see how people can get over on this, because it's like, God damn. This is what is happening today. And we act like we don't have no team in the game. Seriously, this is what's happening. Religion. How much resources have been wasted in that alone? It'll blow your mind. I bet, and this is the way, I'm just using this as an example. By no way am I saying this is the way it should go, because these universities are horrible. And you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. You got some people, my school ain't like that. Yeah. That's the culture of these pedophiles. They attach to youth. 13, 14-year-old girls. Really? This is the religion. This is the religious institutions. I know the Catholic Church, y'all just said, well, it's okay. Jesus is going to come back and bless everybody. That's what goes on. If you look up the religion, is the Bible is probably one of the most demonic books ever. I don't know how you don't see it, because you don't read it. You let somebody interpret it for you. You read the first page and you're not confused, and you still with it. Something's wrong with you. You have to think what you say. You have to understand. You can't rely on nobody to walk you through life. You got to feel your way through. Everybody gonna do is trick you so they can get paid, but that's it. That's the way. Indigenous people aren't like that, and you can see this is all over the world. Check out everywhere. Indigenous people try to come up with a way to expand their talent level, be smart, whatever. But if you look at the world today, those indigenous groups are always under attack. People trying to get their land, all kind of nefarious things. The religion is the first for the military. Is the first person in. The religion goes in first, gains the people's trust with that bullshit. That's what religion does, and you know it. And tear the and I don't know. I mean, because look, sometimes you gotta think. So if you ever, and I always say this, use this as an example. When you get here, right when you born, you own it. Right when you're born, you own it. Bam. Then we get dumbed down by all this noise, all this fake stuff. You mean to tell me we can't come up with a baby food formula that made these kids off the hook? Huh? We can't come up with our own Girl Scout cookies or whatever you want to call it. Come up with a name. Indian girl cookies. What, I don't know. Whatever. Huh? We're not thinking about that. I mean, they say you got some scholars in these colleges and universities that would make it work. How shouldn't that be connected up? You mean none of the colleges and universities got the brother up in Buffalo who had the car that ran on, was it water or just electricity, air or something? None of the so-called HBCUs contacted and worked with this brother so we can make this a reality? And that's what you follow. That's what you a part of. That's what you in. Yeah. The religion is, I mean, damn. I don't see how it's going to come back from the COVID, because you just ask them, well, how come Jesus didn't hook you up, protect you from the COVID? Then they get that DN look on their face. I mean, seriously. I mean, you talk all this stuff. You got woke up. You did all this. What's up? So now your words, they don't ring true. Nobody believes you. It don't work. Everybody else balling, but we're not. We just see the same old story. Just talked to a cat from Chicago, young cat, and I said, "Hey man, is it really like it? Is it really like they say it is?" He goes, "Man, he said you wouldn't believe it." How is that happening? How is that happening? You got some of the biggest churches in the world up there. Chicago's a big city. How are all those people? What is that? I think it's just me thinking is just sacrificing the young. I'm sure in the culture of Rome, they have something where they, they're always into sacrifice and stuff, killing stuff. That's part of their get up. And I think when we get into it too, I don't know if we do it to reap some of the benefits, or I don't know. But it's real stupid when you're killing off yourself, because that makes you weak in the end. And I don't understand how we don't see that. Are we the pawns in religion? Hell yeah. I would say I would say 97% of the people don't read the Bible and understand it. I mean, because all you gotta do, I mean, you read what's on the page, right? You read what's on the page. How don't you understand that? It says it plain. And you believe it? Yeah. So going into that believing, it just, to me, means you just don't want to deal with reality. Because ain't no damn way no man gonna live in a whale's stomach for 3 days. Ain't happening. Sex is what? Sex is basically, how everybody gets here. That's the portal to get here. But I think that energy has been so twisted and demonic. It's demonic. Seriously? It's not used right. What's up with all the assaults, all the rape? You got to take some pussy. I thought you were supposed to make her wanna, right? So we try to play this thing through our ego and fuck it all up. You're not procreating no more. See, that's the twisted part about humans. Motherfucker, you here. You can't say shit about abortion. Motherfucker, how are you gonna make sure nobody else get here but your ass here? See, that's the kind of dumb shit we do. And then try to come up with a motherfucking excuse for it and know goddamn well it ain't one. You're gonna pay for that. Seriously. That's that travels with you. It's a part of who you are. You got life, but you making sure it's not passed on, or you making sure that life doesn't come through you on purpose. Doing it on purpose. I can do this. I'm not saying the sisters who can't have baby. Blah, blah, blah. No. You choose. And brothers, for real, Frances Cress was right on that. Frances Cress, what she say? I mean, this is why we got to say, this is why we have to quote our people that, are seeing the same things that we're doing. What happened? What Frances Cress Welsing say? What she say? And you seeing it? When it looks as though the hammer of white supremacy is going to fall, many men, instead of opting and, standing up, they will become females to surrender themselves. Ain't that what she said, basically? I mean, it's not verbatim, but isn't that what she said? Isn't that what she said? Sex is the portal which we all get here. And seriously, cuz, I mean, we've made a mockery of it. doing what other people do. That's why you're a pawn. Doing what other people do. You're taught how to have sex by other people. How was it practiced with your great great grandmother? Ugh. Huh? That's how we do. That's how we do. We do some dumb shit like that. How did they practice it? So if you read the diaries and you ask the questions, they'll say the woman was always on top. Why? The strongest sperm swim up. That's what they want, the strongest. We just like we pouring it out of a cup, right? You don't even understand the vibration of life. Not even trying to learn. Don't care. I just feel good. How much do you think we've spent on the porn industry? How much you think we've put in that industry's pockets? Always a pawn in somebody else's game. The sex is being used to, when they say, when the Georgia guys don't say get rid of them, that's one of the planks that is being done. Do not have any babies. 2 women can't have babies. I don't know why we playing around with it. I don't know. 2 men. I don't know what we doing. So, being that they're trying to make that popular and all this stuff, what they doing with these kids and these drag queens and stuff, telling y'all, better start saying something. Better start getting that look on the face. Like, you remember that look your mama used to give you when you was fucking up and she just shoot you that look and you fixed your tie or did a curtsy or whatever? War. Why are we always warring with each other? Everybody got one piece of bread trying to act like they got a whole loaf. What's that? What are we warring with each other for? The males and the females are warring. That adds to what? No procreation. Come up with all these buzzwords. Toxic masculinity. Bed wench. Huh? That's what we dropping on each other? Can't even be courteous to each other? Can't even have a discussion with each other? You don't like it because I don't shave sometime? Huh? I mean, stupid shit. War. Yeah. See, you're at war with everybody. Economically, you're at war with all these people over here coming, because you have to simply ask yourself, does the income they make off of you, does it balance out to the income you make off of them? Simple question. Simple question. Simple. You come up with the answer, then you fix the problem. Period. Even if it's just you doing it. Because you have all that experience later on and you'll need it. Last one is health. Seriously, like y'all, I was talking to a brother the other day, and he was saying, that our life expectancy in the past 75 years has been cut down to a third. And he's right, because it's so many 100-year-old people down here, it ain't even funny. And they're lucid too. They now having that Alzheimer's disease and all that stuff. Pardon me. All of these diseases, problems, whatever we're coming up with is because our participation in this system. That's it. You got to have your own system. Birds have their own nests. I mean, ants have their own nest. I mean, seriously, y'all? We'd rather suffer through this than to do the right thing. Health. Through these past 2 years, we went to other people to look after our health. Simple question. Simple. How did it go? How was your health looked after? You okay? Are we asking these questions? Huh? Are we doing that? You from places probably got foods you never even heard of. They have taken the plant and moved it to somewhere else in the world. Did you know that? We don't want to know. Matter of fact, if you tell people, they don't care. Of course, this isn't 100%, but it's in the high 80s. We'll ingest anything. If it's for the mind, if it's for the entertainment, if it's for the food, whatever they put out, we want it. Politics, we want it. Why would you want to even be a part of the politics? That's what gets me. See, I asked for all the cats that be running and all. I mean, well, why do you want to be a part of that? They don't want to get paid, but I just watch them lie. Just ask somebody something truthful, and when they lie on it, you know where they're coming from. This whole political thing is a joke. Why haven't we turned it over yet? I mean, you were here before everybody. But you can't write it because you don't study it. You don't think. You don't connect with your families. You look just like the soil. I'm black. That's what we do. So, economics. Seriously, economics are like this, and you're competing against the world? It's not a good look. Education. So this is to the African Americans. I just want to ask the African Americans this. Why are your brothers in Africa, why are they going to the Ukraine to get an education? I'll wait. I mean, if Africa's this bastion of knowledge and light, what you going to the Ukraine for? And we follow them. Entertainment. What they putting out here for y'all, really? Will you sit and watch that with you? So, like your mother used to watch shows with you, like Good Times and, the shows that came on back then. That's My Mom and stuff. You can watch that with your mama. I'm hearing now, you can't even watch this stuff on TV. You can't watch it with your kids, period. Is that gross? And the what they replace music with. Come on, y'all. I mean, use a little logic. You know that. That ain't no music. If there's no instruments vibrating, ain't nothing happening. Labor, the more of us that do it, the easier it becomes. The more of us that do it, the easy it becomes. And don't do it like nobody else. Do it your way. You don't have codes and everything set up for yourself? Build your house? You don't have to build it like nobody else. Do your way. You just and you just go buy anybody's stuff. Don't even use the natural forest around you. When a city or a nation or a family or a village of you guys doing it, it gets done fast. You know it. Law, it's a joke, you guys. I mean, really? I mean, you have to be crushed by it, because it's the people who make the laws that break the laws. And we just go around like it's okay. I guess we ain't gonna try to do nothing about it. Got to do is stop participating. That goes for politics too. So I got we had a little family reunion this weekend, and I got a little cousin. He just turned 21. So you know how you are when you're 21, guys. You know, you're trying to be cool. You got a little hair on your chin. You know, all the women think you cool. Even the older women be like, "How you doing?" You know. So I went up to him and said, "Yo, man, how'd you pull Lori Lightfoot?" He got it. You know, so that was funny. So these politicians, really, y'all, they all suck. How do you even vote? How do you even vote for them? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we can't complain and say nothing because we cool with it. We cool with it. I mean, the education is messed up. Huh? And these are the people you voting for to keep it? Yeah. Come on, y'all. Religion. So like I said earlier, I think that COVID thing killed the religion, because the religion didn't kill the COVID. Come on, you guys, you are that savior that you're looking for. Not no sky daddy, you are. Just do the right thing. I know many of us have been taught to do the wrong thing because so many wrong things were done. You're not in that position anymore. Make it happen. Sex. Bring it. I mean, listen. This is what I was taught. So we're taught different things. Never take nothing from a female. If she wants you to have it, you're going to get it. Right? It's that simple. You got to be nice to each other, man. Damn. Common courtesy. Well, the way you would want somebody to be to your mom. The way you would want somebody to be nice to your sister. The way you want somebody to be nice to your daughter, your aunt, This seriously? This is our view on sex. Nothing, you know, it's just something to do. War. Everywhere there's war. Then pull your energy out of that. I think a big change will happen in that. You know, just that mindset, just always wanting to destroy something. Huh? You're just destroying the planet. The oceans are twisted. You got super funds all over the country where you have dumped all this nuclear all this stuff you make that don't work. And this is what we still support. We support this. We stick our chests out because this is what we vote for. And you wonder why you lose. This is why you lose. Always doing what somebody else does. Never come up with a way for yourself. And the last one is health. Take care of yourself. Make sure your bodies are as clean on the inside as the outside. And what I mean by that is because there's so much fake food coming through, a lot of that, the residue that stuff leaves is not good. So if you ever seen that program, My 400-Pound Life, so those people, what's being left behind in their bodies can't use it. See, that's where all that weight comes from. You're eating something that your body doesn't recognize at all. Because a lot of this stuff is just chemicals put it. That's all. So we got to keep that in mind. What they're serving is food. That it ain't food, y'all. Food is what your people used to grow. They produced it themselves. Those are the vitamins and minerals that you're prone to. Why? Because you got them through your mama, who got them through her mama. I mean, damn. It's this simple, common sense, logic. If your mama grew up eating figs, it wouldn't hurt you to have a couple of figs a week, would it? You'd rather have a Snickers. You see? Boom, boom. These are ways which cut down on your life form. And we have to know these things. So, know these things. Know better, be better, do better. Every step you take. Cool. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And we'll see you later on in the week. All right. Have a good night.